Our next guest is a visual artist working in film, video, and digital media. Her 2001 piece, She Puppet, used the game Tomb Raider to turn a surreal eye on what goes on in places just like this. Here's a short clip from She Puppet. And we have with us Peggy Ahwesh.
Oh.
Whoa!
Hi.
What, did you jump off a building?
Now we are in a... What kind of space is this? Is it a basement? Is it...
No. If you look up, you'll see the clouds in the sky, and...
But this is not... Oh, I see. It's a city. It's a brown... it has a lot of brown in it.
You should see the sewers.
And the sky is not much blue to the sky. It's not a very healthy space. I don't think there's much oxygen.
No, so we better keep moving so the smog doesn't choke us. Stay close because it's easy to get lost around here. Occasionally, we come across weird stuff like this.
The pulsating blue orb?
Yeah, it makes you invisible.
But we're not going to do that right now.
No, we want to be able to see you.
So you're my guide. The world is very unfamiliar to me.
It does take time for our guests to adapt their motor skills entirely to their thumbs. But sometimes I think it feels like being in a movie that's waiting for you to set it in motion. When you're making your videos, do you think of game spaces very different from movies?
Well, they're similar in some ways because they're all, they're both fantasy architecture, which is symbolic of something. It has a very strong psychological pull. Like it identifies the characters. It tells you things about mood and danger and pleasure, and the spaces really give you it's almost like the inside of a person's brain.
Just look around this place. You just know something bad is going to happen.
Yeah, really. Like in traditional Hollywood movies, like Vertigo is a great example because the architecture of the space, it takes place in San Francisco, and it's very hilly there, and the guy Scotty is afraid of heights. So in the opening scene, he's running across the roofs, and then he tries to leap, and he grasps the edge of a building, and he's hanging there. It's very much like how a character in a video game might run into trouble and perhaps die.
So the fear is built into the architecture? Yeah, I guess that makes sense, because you sometimes really feel like you're running through this insane maze, and somebody's always scoping in on you. There's this constant threat of violence hanging in the air around here, I know you're out there, man. That kind of tension definitely plays a part in She Puppet, your Tomb Raider video piece.
Right. I got really interested in Lara Croft as a phenomenon. And before I'd even played the game, I was interested in her as a cult hero, in kind of a super-sized feminine entity. There are a lot of websites about her and her kind of heroic feminism and by the girls. And then there's like the kind of sexy Lara Croft sites by the boys. And she seemed to have something to appeal to everybody. I mean, she has this impossible body. She's like this kind of some ideal version of the female.
Yeah. Femininity. This is the teleportation portal.
Yeah, this undulating vulva. Is that like a birth canal?
I guess you could say it's a journey, like birth is a journey. Ladies and gentlemen, the views of Peggy Ahwesh do not necessarily reflect those of this television program, the broadcaster, or any of its affiliates. I hope you don't have any aversions to teleporting.
Oh, no. It's like Death Valley.
It's a little dismal.
Yeah, it's barren. Although there's some free stuff over here, I see. Oh, not that I need another weapon.
No, but that's a shotgun.
Okay, so that'll come in handy.
Although I think we're the only ones here, except our camera people, of course.
And we wouldn't want to shoot them.
It's a little weird walking around here because usually there are lots of corpses and explosions and marauding teenagers from Iowa trying to kill you.
Another freebie.
I guess this was another player who didn't make it. Alas, poor Crazy Killer 317.
You don't want to disrupt the dead. However...
Ball taken.
Oh! So we have this fort here, and I don't know what the original purpose was, but I've been using it as a sort of pied-à-terre, you know? Place to crash. It's a little airy. Do you think we should stop at IKEA on the way back?
Get a few bookshelves.
It's a pretty Spartan lifestyle. But look at the sky. Cool.
Oh, there's a shooting star.
Yeah, luckily they always seem to fall out in the hills somewhere. So tell us more about making She Puppet.
Right. I mean, that game's a third-person point of view game, and basically you spend the whole time behind Lara Croft, staring at her butt, and she's like a shield. So she moves forward in front of the player, and to get her to turn around is actually kind of tricky. You have to kind of back her into a corner to get her to turn around. So I ended up spending a lot of time thinking about how to get kind of in a conversation with her as a character by kind of manipulating the avatar in the space.
There was a moment when you had her in some dreary place with these two menacing-looking guys, and the three of them are just standing there right next to each other.
Right.
Not talking, and all this sexual tension was coming from this little video game screen.
Right. If you don't move any knobs or press any buttons on your keyboard, she just kind of pants and kind of undulates a little bit and kind of breathes and kind of moves. And it's this really weird thing of like, it's very anticipatory and also very sexual.
Okay, my turn with the skull.
Ball taken.
Damien.
Here, it's all yours.
Okay, enough of this playing around.
I don't think cameraman needs that.
What? I don't want this stupid skull.
But the thing with Lara Croft is, if you don't give her a command, she'll just wait for a command. She is the She Puppet.
Whew, I'm glad I've got free will.
Woo! Damien, I lost you. Oh, there you go. But you know, I had never heard of this machinima at the time.
Machinima, which is defined as making films or videos using a game engine.
It is an interesting concept. It's like, kind of fits in with the tradition of appropriation and found footage in the movies, where you would take bits and pieces from either dominant culture or from educational films or from industrial films and recut them to make new meanings. It's very much in a tradition, I think, of appropriating or taking things and reworking them, you know, like hip-hop culture.
Hey, look, somebody left us a warthog.
Oh, excellent. So we're going to be traveling in style.
Jump in. I guess we should be heading back, so thanks, Peggy Ahwesh, for joining us on This Spartan Life.
Sure, this was a blast. I didn't bring my digital camera. My